Ahead, a strong night for Mitt Romney, and not as much cash on the catwalk. Later in the show. Welcome to 3 Times Square this Thursday from Reuters World Headquarters in New York. Our power player of the day, Mitt Romney, the Republican presidential candidate winning the first debate with President Obama, according to a CNN poll and many of the pundits. The New York Post calling it direct Mitt. The Washington Post saying Romney takes fight to Obama, while ABC News said Romney comes out swinging. The former Massachusetts governor putting the president on the defensive with a series of crisp responses to a range of questions on the economy and tax policy. Descriptions of the president ranging from bored-looking to unhappy.
Policies, middle-income Americans have been buried. They're just being crushed. Middle-income Americans have seen their income come down by $4,300. This is a tax in and of itself. I'll call it the economy tax.
For 18 months, he's been running on this tax plan. And now, 5 weeks before the election, he's saying that his big, bold idea is never mind.
But perhaps the most compelling question to come out of the debate, is it fair game to target Big Bird? Romney thought so as he advocated slashing budgets at PBS, the Yellowfellow's home.
I'm sorry, Jim. I'm going to stop the subsidy to PBS. I'm going to stop other things. I like PBS. I love Big Bird. I actually like you, too.
This sent social media ablaze with many tweeting their support of the Sesame Street star. Quote, I worked with Big Bird. I served with Big Bird. You, sir, are no Big Bird, said one. Another, quote, Big Bird should moderate the next debate. Tell me 3 things you would do as president, all beginning with the letter C. And finally, Twitter users flocked to a new account titled @FiredBigBird, which already has more than 25,000 followers. From Sesame Street to Main Street, retailers reporting monthly same-store sales for September. The chains tracked by Thomson Reuters growing sales by 3.6%, matching expectations, a fairly positive sign heading into the crucial holiday season. Winners included Gap and Limited, while specialty retailer Cato Corp underperformed. Checking the shares right now, Gap up just under 1%, Limited the same, and Cato down just slightly. 1 billion served. Sounds like a retail claim, but it comes from a technology giant. Mark Zuckerberg saying the number of active monthly Facebook users has passed that milestone. It comes as the struggling social network is on a PR blitz with executives doing interviews and touting new ways the company is redefining reaching consumers. Shares have been on an upswing lately, though still well below the $38 offer price. European stocks getting a boost recently from comments made by central bank chief Mario Draghi, who vowed to protect the euro. Draghi making comments today after the ECB kept rates on hold. Our Axel Threlfel monitoring his remarks. Axel, any bold statements from Draghi?
No, nothing. I'm sorry, Lisa. This is going to be the really boring part of this show today. You know, what with Big Bird and Romney doing apparently so well. No move on rates. Draghi said it was a unanimous decision because a cut wasn't even discussed. His overview of the economic outlook, though, was pretty grim. Growth is going to stay weak, and the recovery, when it eventually comes, he said, will also be weak. He repeated that the euro is irreversible. He's been saying that quite a few times now, you know, really to that point where you say it enough, people are going to start believing you. He also said that the ECB's bond-buying programme is well within the bank's mandate. Oh, and if you are in any doubt, the ECB is an independent institution. The ECB is ready and willing to buy bonds, but, of course, that must follow an application for aid by the government in question, say Spain, and as we know, there's been no application for aid from Madrid or any other government for that matter. So, you know, not a great deal coming out of this press conference today. As I said, no change on rates. Back to you for some more interesting stuff.
Okay, thanks so much, Axel. Draghi, well, making some news with his comments, somewhat, but Miguel Cabrera making a lot of news with his bat. That makes him our power player of the day as well as Romney. The Detroit Tigers infielder winning baseball's Triple Crown, finishing first in batting average, home runs, and runs batted in for the American League. He is the first player to accomplish this since 1967. Major League Baseball among those trying to capitalize on this achievement, selling plaques for upwards of $195. And finally, taking a cut on the catwalk. Models around the globe pinched by the economic crisis, a standard rate for fledgling models just over $500 a day. That's a far cry from the roaring 90s when top model Linda Evangelista famously said she didn't wake up for less than $10,000 a day. Also, checkered cabs taking the place of chauffeured limos, as many girls are responsible for their own mode of transportation. That's what we call trimming the fat. That is the latest from 3 Times Square this Thursday. You can follow us on Twitter at Reuters Insider and check out our Reuters YouTube channel at Reuters.com/ReutersTV. I'm Lisa Bernhard. This is Reuters.